So doctor, tell us, does abortion affect the ability of a woman to get pregnant in future?
Not always.
So what are these tests that actually detect deficiencies? What reasons do women come with when they want to have an abortion? Okay, as an OBGYN, you've brought in so many beautiful babies into this world. Do you ever stop to think about the importance of life?
Every time when I deliver a baby, I can't stop marveling as this wondrous, beautiful creation of God. If you would see the perfection of a newborn baby, if you would look at the skin, if you would look at the digits, the fingers, it's a masterpiece. And that masterpiece hasn't happened in a day. It's taken 9 months. So why would you want to mess up your masterpiece just because it's not happened 9 months later? You'd want to nurture that masterpiece. So I look upon human life as this ever-extending spectrum from the uterus to the birth, to infancy, and then go forward into childhood, adolescence, adult life, and then finally the spectrum of elderly and old age.
God is a good creator.
Absolutely.
So doctor, does the political scenario affect a woman's choice?
I would say that political parties are pushed to take a stand. In the forthcoming US elections, it is such an important agenda on their manifesto that they have to come forward and state clearly which way they are, whether they are pro-life or pro-choice. And I always say the pro-life and pro-choice need not be polarized ends or the opposite side of the ring. It can be all together. Where I say pro-choice is where a woman makes choices of her contraceptive methods. She can choose natural family planning, she can choose barrier, she can choose the pills, she can choose devices, she can choose implants. She can be very responsible for her fertility. And pro-life is basically respect for human life from the inception or from fertilization, the period of fertilization. So I don't look upon pro-life and pro-choices to be the other ends of the spectrum. I think they're all together. And political parties also should have their agenda where they fund education from school, in colleges, in community colleges, later on in their family planning programs where people are responsible. We teach children to cross a road responsibly. Why would we not, as governments, as doctors, as medical bodies, do the same and inform people that the contraceptive choices are wide? They can be suited to the medical conditions of the couple. They can be suited to the ethical as well as the religious aspects of the couple, as well as the nation's agenda for fertility. And that could be the way forward rather than making people on the opposite sides of the divide.
That's actually very wisely put, and I'm glad you said that.
Thank you.
Doctor, we are so grateful to have you partner with us. Can you tell us what made you join the Save Pearl Foundation?
I know the trustees or the people who began on a personal level. I first knew Rowena. Then through Rowena, I came to know her sister Arlene,
Yes,
and Marilyn, and all the people who partake in the Save the Pearl Foundation. And what I found about this foundation or this NGO is the genuineness of cause. They could have well been ladies who conducted themselves, who looked after their families, went about their work, but they go that extra mile to be with every person who's in trouble. They stand by the hour with them in the OPDs. They oversee their medical health. They oversee the delivery process. They give them the financial aid, right? And I do not know, it's just God's goodwill that they give them that financial aid. They look after their medical bills, the legal problems associated or the legal aid that they require. And they basically look upon human life with sacrosanct honor and respect. Who wouldn't want to be associated with Save the Pearl Foundation?
and no one better than you.
No. Thank you, you're very kind to say so.
So doctor, you've been with us for 5 years now. what is your advice to our viewers who might know someone or who themselves are witnessing an unplanned pregnancy?
Not everything in life goes to plan. That's number one. So also a pregnancy may not be a planned event. It does not mean that you have to terminate because it's unplanned. Please think several times over. Use your discretion. Use organizations like Save the Pearl Foundation, who would sit and mentor, counsel, help you see the light of day. Know that an unplanned pregnancy is not something that has to be discarded just because it wasn't in your plan of things to happen.
Right.
And you will find that you would enjoy the process and you can make informed choices for your good, for the good of the unborn child, and it would leave you feeling a person who has made the right choice.
That's lovely. You've told us so much more than just as a doctor, as a friend, as a human being, and we appreciate that fully. And we really thank you for taking the time today and having this interview with us, not only fulfilling our minds, but all our viewers who have been having these questions. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Nikita. This has been a pleasure and a privilege. I would end with the words of Mother Teresa, who said that you can never expect the world to be a peaceful place. There will be always wars and strifes because the first has started in the mother's womb itself. If a mother can terminate a child, how can we expect the rest of the world to be a peaceful place?
That's beautiful. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.